Hello folks, welcome to GrowthGrad. In this video, we are going to learn about fundamentals of meta ads. As you know, the platforms have kept changing their algorithms, they have kept changing how the structure and everything is. But there are certain fundamentals, the 20% which bring 80% of the results. And in this video, we are going to take a look at those things, right? So without further ado, let's just get started. Why this video matters? There are many outdated approaches that are there, and every new strategy that you hear about may change, right? This video is made for fundamentals. Understanding how Meta thinks, how the algorithm works, so that you really know how to interact with it as an advertiser, and foundation for growth. Now, this is where you build the foundation of your Meta understanding, and then in later videos and other with your experience, you start scaling, right? What we'll cover how the algorithm works, account structure that supports performance, campaign objectives, ad delivery, ad quality, and key terminology and best practices, right? So let's get started. Now think of Meta as a brain, right? Or Meta as a company, and think of it from two angles, right? So one is on platform behavior of users. So you are opening Instagram and Facebook, you are on the platform and you are liking certain posts, you are viewing certain reels, you are commenting at certain pages, and you are sharing certain posts. Now, as a company, I have the information of your interactions on my application, right? I own Facebook, I own Meta, I now even own Threads. So I have all this information. So now I know that what this particular user is interested in, right? So what I do, I gather that information and teach my algorithm about you. That is one part of the story. If you want to do an experiment, I actually share this with all my projects, members, all my clients, everyone. Rarely people are interested in golf, at least in my circle. So if you're not interested in golf content, just open Instagram or Facebook and engage with golf content. What you will see is that within sometimes you'll start seeing ads about golf if there are any advertisers running, or you'll naturally start seeing more organic golf related content in your for you pages and other places, right? Now with organic content, there is nobody putting in the money to target you specifically. The algorithm picked up your on platform indications and then showed you more content like that. Why? Because the algorithm wants you to stay on the platform, right? Another key important thing to keep in mind, we will cover that later as well. Now, at the same time, because of Meta's pixel and the data which advertisers and brand owners share with Meta using pixel, they also are aware of off-platform behavior. Secondly, they have access to your mobile phone. There is a lot of data on your mobile phone which is shared with Meta, so all those things are there, right? Metapixel exists on more than 15 million websites tracking browsing, shopping, clicking behaviors. I took this data from BuildWith. It is the latest data as per them. So just imagine any website that you go to, Pixel is able to track you out. You have these applications, it is able to match the user ID, and it is also aware of things that you are not specifically engaging with on platform. So as a company, as a brain, it is having all the information what you do on the platform and what you do outside the platform with it. Now it provides all that information to its algorithm, and collected data is then is used to predict your future behavior, and that is actually what is sold to as to the advertisers, right? In terms of ad placements and ad delivery, everything, right? So they, based on where you are, what kind of information that you're consuming, Meta is aware. It will churn all that information and give opportunities to advertiser to place their ads. That's how at the base Meta algorithm works, right? So this is really important for you to understand, right? Now, every campaign that you set, it has optimization goal, right? A unique optimization goal at the ad set level that you will have to set. Now, think of Meta's algorithm as a charging bull, right? You must have seen or heard about this saying, right? Like if you're wearing a red cloth, the bull will charge towards you. Just like that, Meta's algorithm will find every person based on their on and off platform behavior, whatever algorithm magic that happens in the backend, it will try to locate that person which is going to do the job, which is going to fulfill the optimization goal, right? That's the only objective. The algorithm forgets about everything else. What do I mean by that? If your objective is to get more views on the video that you have created, it will find people who will only take a view, like only interested in a view. They can take other actions also. They can go to your website, they can do add to cards, they can fill out a lead form, but that's not what it is looking for. It will happen by chance, right? But in the case of views, it is looking for people that will view the type of content that is there on your ad, right? If it is add to cart, similarly, it doesn't care if people are going to purchase your product. It only and only cares that if people will put your product to the cart, because that's what you have asked it to do, right? So the key lesson over here is to use the right optimization based on your goals, based on your funnel stages, and algorithm will find the best person to match that goal, best person based on these behaviors, right? Now, how meta ad auction works. Now, all these ads basically just like you are putting an ad, maybe other friend of yours is also placing an ad, and then you have future competitors, and plus there are other brands. So many ads are happening. This is where an auction happens to place your ad, right? Auction happens in real time. User experience protection. Now, think of it from Meta's experience, right? They don't want users, which are their currency, to feel like what kind of ads I am seeing on this platform. It's not right. I don't want to see it. They will associate those ads with Instagram and Facebook as applications, right? So your content quality, your user experience matters the most, right? So what does that mean? It's not like if you have $1 million, you will win every auction. Your ad quality, your ad content, your match, winning formula, everything has to be there, along with, of course, the bids that will be there, which are dependent on your budgets. Now, ads have to be relevant, engaging, and goal focused, perform best in the auction, right? That's the core strategy over here. Now, how this actually works, the advertiser bid, the estimated rate of action, and ad quality, they three combine and a total value is formed. Now, whichever advertiser will have the highest value, they will get the placement. Now, we don't have to really understand how that algorithm thing works, but this is just to keep in mind that what we pay in terms of the budget, automatic bidding, it happens in real time automatically, which is the highest volume strategy, or manual bidding, if you're putting it manually that I want this conversion to happen at 300 rupees or $10 or something like that, then you are placing a bid on that particular auction, right? Estimated rate of action. Now this is where the Meta's engine algorithm is there, engine is there, which has predicted that this particular person will take X percentage of action if this if this ad is shown, right? Likelihood of the user to take desired action based on their predictive behavior. Add to carts, purchases, video views, right? Meta is aware of what a particular user will do if they are served the ad. So this is calculated by them again. And then ad quality, engagement metric, user feedbacks, and it starts happening almost immediately, right? Like Meta gets it, like on the dashboard you will see only a few data like clicks and impressions, reach, video views, etc. But by itself, when the algorithm serves people an ad, it tracks everything: how many seconds that you were there, how many microseconds you were there, did you zoom, did you pinch, did you scroll up and you came back, all these interactions which happen, which tells the algorithm about the ad quality itself, right? So all these things are combined and your total value is found. Now just think about it. If your ad quality is higher, right, and your advertising bid is lower, so ad quality will actually make up for your advertising bid, so total value will be better and you will have to pay less versus your competitors, right? Just to give you an example how this will function in terms of our understanding, right? Now what ad quality actually means, it's measured by feedback and user behavior. Positive indicators: click engagement, long dwell time, conversions, so any data optimization goal that you wanted to happen, it is happening, right? So algorithm will be like, okay, fine, I'm serving right quality data to the right people. Quick bounces of the landing page, right? If they click on the landing page and they don't like the content that they are seeing, they will bounce back. We actually have created a video to make high converting landing pages. You can check it out. I'll attach a link over here. Hides and reports. So if anybody reports your ad, that is like a worst signal that you can possibly receive as an advertiser. Spams flag, right? So these are the things that will give in negative indicators. So it may even block your ad, restrict your ad, and block your ad account, right? Now, impact of poor quality, basically higher cost and fewer impressions. That's the cost that you will like. You will have to cover the poor quality of the ad with the cost that you pay in terms of the cost per thousand impressions, right? Now, creative fatigue is another thing that you have to watch out for. These are the signals that are there. Cost per thousand impressions will start increasing, right? Fall of CTR, your click through rate will start decreasing because somebody has seen your ad so many times already, right? Like that's what creative fatigue is. Your ad has appeared so many times in front of the same user, it is not reaching new users, and now people will psychologically have a blind eye towards it, right? It's the same thing that they are seeing now. Immediately their mind will just swap that they are not interested over there. If you continue using the same ad, same creative, same messaging, your ROAS will decrease over a period of time, and then it will limit your delivery. So because Meta wants users to spend good time on their platform, and if you are using the same creative all over again, it will just increase the cost of delivery for you as an advertiser, right? How can you deal with creative fatigue? Well, rotate creatives weekly and watch for incremental reach. Incremental reach is basically net new account accounts that you are reaching on Facebook, Instagram combined, if you are running both of these ads, or individual platforms, right? So just to summarize, so far, Meta is aware of your on platform and off platform behavior. That's how it is aware of everybody's data. Then they have an engine through which they can predict what kind of actions that you as a user will be interested in. It sells it to advertisers. How? By asking them what optimization goal that they require, and then they will find people who will do that goal. Optimization goals will not have a left or right, it will be just that goal. People can, of course, if optimization is add to cart, they can do purchase, but that's not the algorithm is looking for. Algorithm is only looking for people who will do add to cart, right? Meta ad auction happens in real time. User experience protection is a key for Meta, and the winning formula is basically to maintain the ad quality, right? Because advertising bid, it is, if you're doing manual bidding, it is in your hand, but estimated rate of action, and if you're using automated bidding strategy, it happens almost in real time without your control. So ad quality is something that you can really control. These are the signals for ad quality, positive as well as negative. So you have to make sure you have more positives and less negatives. And then your if your ad quality is of poor range, then your cost will be higher to deliver this, get the same number of impressions, right? Still at the same time, if you keep even if you have a winning ad, and if you keep spending money on the same ad without making any changes, your CPMs will rise, your CTRs will fall, your ROAS will decrease over a period of time. Why? Because the same person has now seen a blind eye. You're not reaching out to net new people, right? So your frequency will increase on a daily basis, and then your ad will basically to deliver the same ad, you'll have to pay more cost. How can you deal with it? Rotate creatives weekly. It's not like you have to shut down all the old creatives. You have to wait for these signals to happen, then keep it on pause. You have other creatives that are taking the place, and then after some time you can also restart these ads, right? It's not like you have to create these new ads and shut off the old ad once and for all. You can have a balanced approach and watch for incremental reach, basically how many new people you are getting in the account, right? How is the account campaign structured? Well, you have a campaign level where you decide the objective, whether it is conversion, concentration, or awareness. These are further segmented. Once you go into the account creation, you can actually choose if you want leads, if you want sales, and through that, all these conversion objectives are segmented. If there is a special ads category, so for example, if you're in the US, Canada, or any other place, if you're where laws are stating special arts category rules, uh, if you are in housing, you'll have to select housing. If you are in finance, you'll have to select finance and credit. If you are into social political ads, you'll have to select that. and then you will have to run the ads. When selecting that, Meta may restrict your targeting options, may restrict what you can do in terms of your ad capabilities, but you'll have to play with the rules, right? These are legal rules Meta has set in place. And then you can also decide the budget and scheduling if you're doing a campaign budget optimization. What that means is basically you're putting budget at the campaign level, and then the algorithm will decide which ad set gets what budget. So if it is getting 100 rupees a day, then it will decide 70 over here, 30 over here. Next day, it may give 60 over here, 40 over here, depending on the goal. So CBO as a strategy is good for long term stability because it can adjust budgets over a larger spectrum. Apart from that, there is ad set level. So once you have created a campaign, there is ad set. Ad set is the place where you actually tell the performance goal, the optimization goal that we discussed about, the conversion location, whether you want the conversion to happen on the creative, that is engagement, or on your website, on your application, on your catalog, anything, right? Like you can mention these sorry, instant forms instead of catalogs, right? And you can even decide the attribution window. We will have separate videos regarding attribution window, but this is what it is. Basically, how many days worth of credit you want to give to that particular ad set. There are some options like 7-day click, 1-day click, 1-day view, a 1-day engaged video view, and now there are new attribution models also coming, like incremental attribution. So we can cover that in a separate video. If you are interested, just let me know in the comments and I'll make a separate video just for attributions. And then at the ad level, you identify the page, which page, Facebook page, Instagram page will deliver this ad, what kind of ad copies and creative that you have developed will be placed over here, and destination URL, basically if there is a landing page or a form that will connect with UTM tracking. Again, UTM tracking is more for tracking. You can let me know and I'll make a video regarding that along with attribution window. But that's how the account and campaign structure is there. If you're using ABO, then budget is given at the ad set level, right? So instead of giving 100 rupees over here, you manually control this ad set will receive 50, this ad set will receive 50, and then ad algorithm will decide how much budget individual ad will get on that particular day, right? Best practice for a structure is to keep it very simple, avoid over segmentation, right? Each campaign should focus on one specific objective, ad sets segmented by audiences, and multiple creative variations at the ad level. Now the algorithm is changing. Now Meta is able to deliver better results at a broader audience. What do I mean by broad audience? By broad audience, I mean not adding heavy interest targeting or giving it as just a suggestion. Like if you can say the word signals, right? You can give audience signals instead of detailed audience targeting. In most of the cases, that's how it has started working. But based on my experience, it really depends on the type of signals that you are giving to the algorithm, right? So if your signals are related to strong actions like purchases, add to carts, then broad can work. If your signal is related to simple lead form submission and post lead form, whatever calls are happening and you are not getting qualified leads, if that is your signal, then I think it can be problematic to just run on broads. So you can still test lookalike audiences and other types of audiences, but more or less at the ad set level, you decide the targeting how by creative themes. So we'll have separate videos regarding creative testing as well, where we will cover those things, right? But that's the best practice. Don't over segment your campaigns too much. You don't need like 50 campaigns. You need the number of campaigns that you need for your account. It can be different across multiple brands, right? Now, how optimization works: whenever you set up a campaign and whenever you launch it, it initially goes into the launch phase where the basic understanding of the ad is getting collected, right? And then audience analysis happens. So think of it this way: the ad is created, you have started the ad. Now this ad is going to be shown to person A and person B, right? Now, as we saw that Meta has all these engagement signals, now what happens is that Meta finds that person A is more interested in versus person B. So what it will do, it will find more people like A. So it will from A, it will go to A1 and A2. Now it sees that, okay, A2 is the person that took the conversion action. Now what it will do, instead of finding more people like A1, it will start finding people like A2, A3. sorry, A2.1, A2.2, right? That's how it will go and find its pool, right? That ad. Now, why creative fatigue happens from this logic is that it has found that pool is now exhausted, right? So it will try going to new people, but it won't find that same level of interaction. Now, why did this pool got attracted? Because of whatever was mentioned on your ad creative, right? So that's how it was able to find a pool. That's why you need creative diversity so that your particular account, even though you have to sell the same thing, it can find multiple different pools across. And through that you will be able to maintain incremental reach. Through that you will be able to maintain the cost of ad delivery because you are reaching out to different pool of audiences. There is no overlap that is happening in your account itself. Some pools may be costly, that's why your CPM may be high, but your conversion rates will be high as well, and your overall CPA is maintained. Some pools will be less CPMs, but your conversion rates may also be less because that audience is really not interested in converting today. They are interested in your product but not interested in converting today. So these are nuances, right? So this is what happens in the audience analysis phase. And for the optimized delivery, right? So as we say, learning phase will happen. To cross the learning phase, Meta recommends having 50 optimization events in 7 days, right? That's when it will move from learning to an active stage. If that doesn't happen, right, it will go into learning limited, right? Now, in my experience, what I have seen is that learning limited is not necessarily a very, very bad thing, right? If you have the budgets and if you have everything, then maybe you may be segmenting your assets too much. If you can afford having 50 optimizations in 7 days, but if you cannot, if you can only afford like 20, 30, then it's okay. Like you don't have to necessarily increase your budget if you are limited by the budget. But if you have the budget, then definitely getting out of learning phase should be a priority because that will give optimal performance for your existing creatives, right? Here is my tip for budget selection. What is your cost per action? You multiply it by 50 and divide it by 7, right? So if it is 20, 20 multiplied by 50 divided by 7, so 137, 147 has to be your daily budget for that particular ad set, not campaign ad set. If your campaign is having, let's say, 4 ad sets, then you multiply this volume by 4 because each ad set will go through a learning phase, right? Now, signal dependence. Now, as I said that your meta algorithm is like a bull. So the bull needs clear picture of that red cloth, right? If you have so many different types of red cloths available over here, or your red cloth is not particularly clear to the algorithm, it will not fetch the best optimal path to reach that goal, right? So this is where your meta pixel comes in place. Along with metapixel, there is conversion API, which we call CAPI, uh, which is nothing but a server-side solution by Meta to gather as much data as possible because Metapixel has been limited since iOS 14 and all the other updates happened. And then there are standard events, which is view content, add to cart purchases with proper parameters, right? So all these parameters like phone number, email, uh, user ID, etc. All these things are required by Meta algorithm to learn more about you as a user. Essentially, that is what happens when it is creating a lookalike audience, right? You upload your base list and you ask it to find more people. In this case, it happens in real time. All your purchase actions, add to cart actions, whatever it is, you are passing purest form of data as pure as possible back to the algorithm, so it is able to get more information as to who has converted, and it can find more people as we discussed A.2, A2 and A2.1, etc. It will be able to find this pattern very clearly, right? So the key insight over here is the better signals you are sending to Meta, the higher quality data leads to more efficient ad spends and better targeting. In case of lead generation also, if you're, as I had mentioned, if you're only sending lead form filled data and it is not having information regarding who are the qualified leads, it will keep finding people who will fill the form. But after filling the form, let's say 100 people fill the form, only 20 people were really interested in your service and Meta is not aware of those 20 people, it will still keep finding those 100 people, right? So with conversion API Metapixel, you actually can solve this information and deliver better signals to the algorithm, right? So that brings us to 7 golden rules of meta ads. These are the best practices. If you do these things, 80% of your results are actually sorted, right? You don't need any other fancy thing to beat 80% of the people who are running meta ads. Keep your accounting structure simple, no over segmentation, know your audience deeply, and through that make creatives, right? It's not only about using the lookalike audience or interest based audience, but also audience psychology, right? Focus on creatives and offer instead of dividing your campaigns as to which interest will work, etc. Take that energy and put it on offers and creatives. We have videos related to offer creation. We will be making videos related to creatives as well. So you can subscribe to our channels to stay tuned. Feed quality data back to Meta. Use your pixel, use your CAPI, and send high quality data. I am even experimenting with first party data tools that are available in the market for some of the clients that I'm working with, so that I can increase that quality of data also and increase my optimization goals, or improve my optimization goals. To give you an example, instead of just focusing on purchase, with these first party data tools, I can actually start optimizing on new customer purchases, right? uh, that is like a game changer, right? Then you have one goal per campaign. Don't over segment too much across multiple ad sets. Like one ad set is optimizing for purchase, another is for add to cart. Just maintain one campaign for one goal. Test systematically. Now everybody will talk about testing for meta ads, but have a structure and a system in place for testing. Know what you're testing, right? Is it the creative? Is it the audience? Is it the budget optimization? Something, whatever it is, be clear on what you're testing, and once that test is concluded, maintain the learning, right? This is where some people forget. Like, keep maintaining the learning that you're having in the account, so that your future learning curve can be decreased. And avoid frequent edits. Give the space for algorithm to breathe. It needs 50 optimization events in 7 days to get out of learning phase. So once your ad is placed, or any change that you make, give it a 3-4 day breather. Generally speaking, if you see the data is non-conclusive, then wait for the data to get conclusive. Just today itself, I one of the for one of the clients, we were running A/B test, and A/B test concluded, but there was only 55% chance of the winner to be clear. So we extended the test for another 4 days, right? We want the data to be very clear, to say that okay, 90% of the chance that this particular creative is going to give us better CPAs. Only then we uh, roll out to the future campaigns, right? So remember this thing. Most successful meta advertisers focus on understanding algorithm goals rather than fighting against it. This is what we have covered in this video. This is literally what you need to be a successful meta ads expert. And work with meta system by providing quality signals and letting the algorithm optimize, and also user psychology and other things that you have to definitely do, right? So thank you so much for watching this video. If you are interested in learning more about such things related to performance marketing, growth, and AI, follow Growth Grad. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.